Good morning, my good students. Welcome to the online class. Today we are going to learn Unit 2 Prose Lessons, Synonyms, Antonyms, Question Answer and Paragraph. Unit 2 Prose Lessons, Synonyms, Antonyms, Question Answer and Paragraph. We have to write in in our CW note also. Unit 2 Prose When the Trees Walked. Unit 2 Prose When the Trees Walked. Ruskin Bond is the author of in this lesson. Ruskin Bond. First Roman letter synonyms. Synonyms. Abundant. Left without care. First one abundant. Left without care. Vigorous. Vigorous. Healthy. Vigorous. Healthy. Protested. Opposed. Protested. Opposed. Nightmare. A frightening dream. Nightmare. A frightening dream. Interfering. Interfering. Stopping. Stopping. Rumbling. Wondering. Rumbling. Wondering. Spectacular. Eye-catching. Spectacular. Eye-catching. Beckon. Beckon. Follow. Beckon. Follow. One more time read, listen carefully. Abundant, left with care. Vigorous, healthy. Protested, opposed. Nightmare, a frightening dream. Interfering, stopping. Rumbling, wondering. Spectacular, eye-catching. Beckon, follow. Next from letter 2. Antonyms. Antonyms. Slowly, quickly. Slowly, quickly. Vigorous, weak. Vigorous, weak. Nearby, far off. Nearby, far off. Broad, narrow. Broad, narrow. Warm, cold. Warm, cold. Attract, distract. Attract, distract. Roman letter 3. Answer the following questions. Answer the following questions. First one. When did the garden become a happy place for the author? When did the garden become a happy place for the author? When grandfather joined the author, the garden became a happy place. When grandfather joined the author, The garden became a happy place. Second question. What are the two reasons the author gives for the plants moving towards grandfather? What are the two reasons the author gives for the plants moving towards grandfather? The author felt that the plant moved. The author felt that the plant moved due to the scientific explanation due to the scientific explanation that plants moved towards light and warmth. The plants moved towards light and warmth. The second reason the author felt was that the second reason the author felt was that the plants liked to be. The plants liked to be. Plants liked near to be near grandfather. Near grandfather. Third question. Why does the writer think that the people tree is a great show of? People tree mean arasamaram. Why does the writer think that the people tree is a great show of? The author felt that people trees are great show offs. People trees are great show off because even when there is no breeze, because even when there is no breeze, the broad chested slim, the broad chested slim, vested leaves, vested leaves will spin like tops, will spin like tops. This will attract people's attention. This will attract people's attention and invite them into the shade, and invite them into the shade of the people tree, of the people tree. Next question, fourth one. Why do we need trees? Why do we need trees? List 4 reasons that grandfather gives. List 4 reasons that grandfather gives. We need trees for the forest. We need trees for the forest. Animals and birds. Animals and birds. And for FOR only, for food and shelter, and for food and shelter. We need trees for the following four reasons. We need trees for the following four reasons. First one, to keep the desert away. To keep the desert away. To attract rain. To attract rain. To prevent the bank of rivers. To prevent the bank of rivers from being washed away. From being washed away. For fruit, flowers, leaf and seeds. For fruit, flowers, leaf and seeds. Why did the author help his grandfather plant trees? The question is, why did the author help his grandfather plant trees? The thought of a world without trees. The thought of a world without trees became a sort of nightmare to the author. Became a sort of nightmare to the author. So, the author helped his grandfather. So, the author helped his grandfather. Next question, sixth one. What made grandfather plant saplings on the rocky island? What made grandfather plant saplings? Saplings mean கன்றுகள். On the rocky island. Island mean fully covered trees. A small mango tree. A small mango tree was growing on the rocky island. Was growing on the rocky island. Grandfather felt that if a small tree can grow there. Grandfather felt that if a small tree can grow there, so can other trees. So can other trees. Hence he planted the saplings. Hence he planted the saplings. Seventh question. What did grandmother feel about trees growing in the house? What did grandmother feel about trees growing in the house? She did not like trees. She did not like trees. She means grandmother. Trees growing in the house. Growing in the house. But she was interesting. But she was interesting in growing flowers in the garden. In growing flowers in the garden. Next question, eighth question. Why did the author leave town? Why did the author leave town? The author had to leave the town. The author had to leave the town because he was sent to a boarding school. Because he was sent to a boarding school. Ninth question. How did grandfather's dream come true? How did grandfather's dream come true? The trees which they had planted, the trees which they had planted long ago had multiplied, thus the grandfather's dream came true. Thus the grandfather's dream came true. 10th question. Describe what the author said when he went back to the island. Describe what the author saw when he went back to the island. The author saw red blooms of the coral blossom. The author saw red blooms of the coral becomes. The island was like a green paradise. The island was like a green paradise. He saw smaller trees. He saw smaller trees, wild plants, and grasses around the trees, and grasses around the trees. Next, Roman letter 4, paragraph writing. Paragraph writing. Describe the story when the trees walked in a paragraph of about 50 words. Describe the story when the trees walked in a paragraph of about 50 words. The author's grandfather served in the Indian Forest Service. The author's grandfather served in the Indian Forest Service. After his retirement, he built a bungalow. He planted trees all around the bungalow. He planted trees all around the bungalow. He helped grandfather. He helped grandmother grow flowers in the garden. He helped grandmother grow flowers in the garden. To attract butterflies. During rains, he planted cuttings and saplings in the forest. During rains, he planted cuttings and saplings in the forest. He helped his grandfather. He helped his grandfather in planting trees. In planting trees. During the Second World War, during the Second World War, they had to leave their town. They had to leave their town when the author returned. When the author returned, he went to the island. He went to the island. He was delighted to see grown up trees. She was delighted to see grown up trees in the island. One more time I read in this paragraph, listen carefully. Paragraph writing. Describe the story when the trees walked in the paragraph of about 50 words. The author's grandfather served in the Indian Forest Service. After his retirement, he built a bungalow. He planted trees all around the bungalow. He helped grandmother grow flowers in the garden too. Attract butterflies. During rains, he planted cuttings and saplings in the forest. He helped his grandfather in planting trees. During the Second World War, they had to leave their town. When the author returned, he went to the island. He was delighted to see grown up trees in the island. Thank you for watching this video. Synonyms, antonyms, question answer and paragraph. Copy your school CW note neatly. Next class we will learn more and new things also. Thank you. Bye bye.